Sometimes you see an image and it just stops you in your tracks. It's a puzzle, right? A conflict. It's like two completely different worlds are crashing into each other in one single picture. So what's the story here? Well, let's dive in and really break this thing down.
Okay, here we go. The first thing that hits you is this incredible, almost jarring mix of two totally different genres, right? You've got this ancient, fire-lit world on one side, and then bam, this being made of pure, advanced tech on the other. It's exactly what the source material calls a dramatic blend of science fiction and medieval fantasy. And trust me, that clash, that's the real heart of the story we're going to unpack.
So, where do we even begin? Let's start with the most obviously out-of-place thing in the scene, our man of metal. And the first question is a pretty simple one. Who or what is he?
Okay, let's zoom in and really look at the details. His body is made of this dark, complicated metal. You can actually see wires and all sorts of mechanisms around his neck and head. But the thing that really grabs you, right? It's that single eye. It's glowing with this intense blue light, like a cold beacon of technology, shining in this otherwise warm, old-fashioned world.
And it's not just about what he is, it's about how he's acting. Check out his expression. It's not angry, it's not confused, it's something deeper, thoughtful, serious. You get the feeling this isn't just some random tourist who took a wrong turn. That look in his eye, that analytical precision, it tells you he's actively observing, maybe even calculating. Oh yeah, he's definitely here for a reason.
All right, so that's one half of the puzzle. Now let's look at the other half, the world he's actually in. Let's shift our focus over to the Castle of Stone.
So what are we looking at here? It's this long, cobblestone path inside what looks like a gigantic stone castle. And see those high Gothic arches? They just keep going and going, repeating into the distance. It creates this amazing sense of depth and, real history. This place feels ancient, it feels solid, and it feels completely, totally at odds with our guy made of metal.
And you gotta pay attention to the lighting, because it's so important here. Everything is lit up by torches, and their flames, they cast this warm, flickering glow all over the stone walls, making the light and shadows just dance. It gives the whole scene this really mysterious, kind of gloomy vibe, doesn't it? It just feels like a place that's hiding a ton of secrets.
Okay, so we've got our two main pieces, right? The Man of Metal and the Castle of Stone. So what happens when we put them together? Let's see what this clash of realities really looks like.
And this is where that central conflict just becomes crystal clear. On one side, you have the cold blue light of the cyborg. That's all about technology and precision. And on the other, you've got the warm firelight of the castle. That's history, mystery, the old ways. Every single element here is a direct contrast to the other.
Now, the key takeaway here is that this isn't just a cool-looking picture. No way. This is a deliberate artistic choice, and the source text absolutely nails it when it calls this a powerful narrative tension. And you can feel it, can't you? It just pulls you right in and forces you to ask one really, really important question.
Because that's what this whole thing is really about. All this tension, all this contrast, it's all there for one reason. To make us wonder, what in the world is the story here?
So who is this guy? Is he a time traveler? Maybe some kind of ancient guardian built to protect this very spot? Or is it something darker, a conqueror from a totally different world? The image, it doesn't give us the answer. It just asks the question.
And I think in the end, that's where the real magic of this piece is. It doesn't just hand you a neat little conclusion on a silver platter. Nope. Instead, it invites us to be the storyteller. That powerful tension we talked about, it leaves the final story, the final interpretation, completely up to you. So, what's the story you see?